Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld. 378, here we are, 1.13 pre-release 10. For those who remember yesterday in pre-release 9, the game really liked to say, I think I'm gonna stop running whenever near some chunks here in the overworld that casually led into the void, particularly Sky Islands. Pretty sure these in-dev chunks cause problems as well. I think that's been fixed. I wanted to make sure the game didn't crash first, which is why I'm way over here before starting the stream. I wanted to verify that that's no longer a problem. Can't guarantee we're going back to the Sky Islands today. It would be cool to visit, but I want to keep working on the warehouse because I realized if I run out of space in Warehouse 3 by 1.15, 1.16, that means I'm only going to need one more warehouse by the end of part 4. It's really funny. We're on UMP part 4, and I'm on the 4th warehouse. That basically comes down to I build a new warehouse every part. Rather interesting. Even though I will say this first warehouse filled up by the time we hit beta 1.6 or so. And part 2 was beta 1.7. But anyways, that's not important. So we're back down here, because we have some digging to do. I keep looking at this, thinking it's a dark spot, but nope, just obsidian. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Man, I don't want to steal your zombie flesh. It's just taking up inventory space. But yeah, we have some digging to do. Diggy diggy hole, says that one song. And I think Silk Touch of Fortune. Silk Touch of Fortune. How about I start with Fortune first? Hello. Boop. Oh, there goes that torch. The torches on the floor are only temporary. I'll be putting them on the walls later. That's not true. They're only gotta be on the floor until we have something, until we have the pillars in place, which that could be a while. And I realized I don't need to dig left. This is the wall. So sure, I'll need stone here, but we really only have to dig up until this point or so. Oops. Yeah, I didn't realize that we were this close to the edge over here. Hello. Go away. Alright, I'm just gonna pick up that torch. It's not gonna stick around. Hello, Hayati. Welcome to the stream. Anything important? Nope. As of right now, you're the only one watching. Someone else is watching, feel free to say hi. It's usually quiet right when I begin. Not many people show up within the first 5 minutes. Low numbers is the usual over here. That's what happens when you're a small fry YouTuber. And this lava is getting a little out of hand. Oh, there goes another torch. And another one. Hopefully there's not any more lava once I get past here, but we'll just have to keep digging and see. And I need to see just how much space this area is taking up first. Wonder if I should go on the other side and dig outward. I do indeed play plenty of other games. Nope, there's more on the floor. I'd have to look at my Steam library, but there's a lot of Half-Life BioShock on there. I did Borderlands. I tried Deadlock. I need to get back to Deadlock. I haven't been on there in a while. I've also been playing a fair amount of Content Warning and Phasmophobia recently. What's Half-Life? Surely that's a joke, right? I'd like to hope. It's a series that's been around for 20... What are we at? 22 years? There was an anniversary update for Half-Life 1 just a few years ago. No, 2 years ago. November 23. And then Half-Life 2 celebrated its... No, wait, 25th, sorry. Yeah, 25th anniversary for Half-Life 1. 20th anniversary for Half-Life 2. Living in another country. I really thought that anyone who's been around on the internet for, I'd say, longer than 3 years would have seen Half-Life 3 confirmed and whatnot. Half-Life 3 is the game that has yet to exist. But it's being worked on. What is BTD? I probably know it. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff BTD can stand for. My first thought was better than dragons, but that doesn't make sense. Howdy, Ian. Oh my gosh. G-Man memes. Yes, that's true. Bloons Tower Defense. I don't think I'll ever play any of the Bloons games. Alright, so it looks like there's a lot of lava here, but it sort of goes inward. Why? It's just not my interest. Not engaging enough for me. I don't feel like I'm accomplishing enough. I am terrible at making friends myself. I can't help you. I should say I don't have any good advice, or else the advice would have worked for me. And we got a problem. Oopsies, didn't block that one off fast enough. Always have an exit route, kids, whenever working with lava. Stay a lonely middle schooler. Such is life sometimes. Are you unable to make friends in the real world? Therefore you're hoping to make friends online, because I can understand that. I feel like I'm worse in the real world than online. There are indeed people who work in lava in real life. They've got the big ol' super shiny suits. The extreme heat resistant ones. Kinda looking like spacemen. Work at Google? In middle school? This sounds like contradictory information here. How far out did I say I need to go? 10 blocks, right? I think this is it. I guess we'll find out. This is rather dark. Hold on, let's get a light in here. Hello. Oh, there goes that light. Oh, maybe I went one too far. Maybe it is supposed to be 9. Oopsies. Yeah, that's right, because this is the wall. Lonely since middle school. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll need to fix this wall, but I'll do that later. Cloud Taker, the taker of clouds. What does a taker of clouds look like? Have you ever made, not fan art because it would be official, have you ever made official Cloud Taker renders? I feel like the message is coming, we just have to wait. Every once in a while, people happen to hit send before they mean to. I myself am one of those people. I sent a message on Twitter, and I accidentally pressed enter instead of shift enter, and my message got cut in half. Oops. That's okay. Totally unprofessional, but that's okay. I'm not a professional either. I won't claim to be a professional at anything. I feel like gambling's for people who know what they're doing. there's a lot of people who gamble who don't know what they're doing. It's also why there's the age limit of 21 here in America. Can't say if it's 21 in all countries, though. Bald me? I don't know you to begin with. I don't have any preference whether people are bald or not. That's their... I would say that's their choice, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who've gone bald who did not choose to be bald. I recently got a haircut. Every few months or so, I let my hair grow out, and then I take the shaver and go bzz, buzz it all off. That way I don't have to cut my hair again for several months. Yeah, it's currently short, in the short period. It was bothering me while playing in VR, so I figured, I think it's time to go again. Curly from the Three Stooges. The only Three Stooges that came to mind are the old animated images. Scared of woman you? Is that you supposed to be there? Does it make sense without it? There's a lot of lava just because of how far down I am. We are in good lava area. I just need to get rid of it. It's in the way. I'm working on an underground warehouse. Maybe one day in the future I'll have more to this underground area, but for now I think I'll just keep to the warehouse. I'm going to decline your dare. I have stuff to do. Stuff meaning getting rid of lava. I wonder if I'll get close enough to... Oh wait, never mind. The beacon doesn't have... The beacon in the big fancy house I built at the end of UMP Part 3, it has regeneration and speed, I think. I was gonna say, if I'm close enough, maybe I should switch it over to haste, but I don't know if I'm close enough. Because I know that's a super beacon. Roblox will never be for me. I don't ever intend to play it. Something bad must have happened if one day you see a video on my channel that involves Roblox. How low must I have gone? I don't hate everything. I like Minecraft. You got hacked. That too. That too. The concerns of someone taking over the channel and then having like Bitcoin promotional videos on there or something like that. Oh, that'd be a terrible day. 10 years of YouTube could be gone in an instant. That's a buzz. Is that important? Nope. One of these days, I'll need to count the notifications I get during the 2 hours of my stream time compared to the other 10 to 12 hours I'm awake in a day and see just what the numbers look like. Thankfully, I have notification history on, so it'll be easier to go back and check the timestamps, but I want to say there's a 10 app limit on there. I wonder if there's an optimal way of getting rid of lava. I don't know what BFDI is. balloons. Federal Department of Investigation. I know it's Federal Bureau of Investigations. Well, I don't know. Coming up with this off the top of my head. With the amount of different terms there are, there's all sorts of different acronyms that could be created. Battle for Dream Island, I've never heard of. Just watch it. If that requires additional time on my part, I'll probably have to take a pass. How many power-ups do you currently have implemented? I know you planned on working on the different tile types, and I don't remember how far you've gone, if you said. I have a feeling you're not going to find my address for the reasons of I'm leaning more towards middle school versus working at Google. Acts like it has gravity. Oh, that sounds interesting. That's a whole different physics usage. Do you have any sort of simulated gravity on there? I'm assuming you started from the absolute basis upward, which means you've had to implement everything yourself. You know, hold on, that may or may not be true. Did you have to work on the rendering? Did you have to code the entire rendering engine? Or did you have something that could at least get colors on the screen for you? Gumball. I think there's a long while back I watched a little bit of Amazing World of Gumball. Not much though. But he did not say Gumball, he said Gravy Ball. JavaFX is the engine. Okay, so a lot of that's done for you then. I didn't know how low level you had to do for the coding side of things. Why am I blue? My skin is blue because I got tired of making human skins. And so one day I said, you know, we're gonna do something that's not a human. And I would say I stuck with it ever since, but I've made multiple skins afterwards that I utilized, and then I switched back to this one. My concept way back in 2013 was a skin with the description of a creature of unknown origins. And then time passed, and turns out there is an origin story. It's just not done yet. Okay, then yeah, if you don't have to do gravity, then that's an easy start. Turns out Unreal did not have as much gravity manipulation as I thought it did. Because my little triangle game, for my triangle game, I had to work on my own gravity. Because I couldn't just tell the game, hey, invert the gravity, please, for this physics object. It would have required a lot of extra rework for how I currently simulated physics, and I didn't want to do that, so I figured, well, I'll just make my own gravity instead, since that's easier. But now I get to tell gravity which direction it goes on the full 6 degrees. 6-degree axes. Don't really play Minecraft. What do you play? Oh wait, hold on. Play Bloons Tower Defense, right? Assuming you mentioned it. "3D rendering will always be more complicated than 2D, because 2D rendering, you just have to deal with screen size. 3D rendering, you have to deal with screen size at certain depths. Hello, howdy, welcome back to the stream. We're digging obsidian. We're almost done here. That's not true. We're not almost done. But we're almost done with this half. Once I finish this layer, we're going to start working on that side. School talent show. That was fun. I had a talent show a few years way back in middle school. My high school was rather lame. We didn't have any talent shows then. But most years, 2 or 3 of the years I was in middle school, we had talent shows there. Can't remember what I did. I think one of them I was part of a play. I used to be in drama back in middle school, around 6th grade or so. 6th grade to 8th grade. Howdy, Koski as well. How many friends? 4. Eight power-ups. Wait, hold on. I see. Okay, 1 power-up to kill the player. I'm assuming that's for debugging purposes, right? I feel like within normal gameplay, that sounds a little unfair. Hooray, game debugging. Some of the most fun times while working on game development is when you have to fix something. One of these days, since you mentioned Classic Cube, one of these days I may or may not get back to Classic Cube. I haven't gotten around to it in a long time though. I'm kind of sad though. I didn't claim it on Steam when it was on there, and that's kind of my fault. I didn't think about it at the time, but oh well. I'm pretty sure it's never coming back on Steam, which means that's another game. Another one of those Steam games locked, never to be acquired again. I have a very old standalone installation from maybe 2018. Pretty sure that's the only standalone installation, except I think I had to update it at some point not long after that, maybe 2021 or so, because Omni Archive was doing another Classic event or something like that, and Classic Cube worked better than Vanilla. How to get 1,000 subs? Gotta keep making content. Whether or not people enjoy the content is a separate argument, because I make not interesting content, but I've been doing YouTube for 10 years, which means I had a lot of time. A lot of time of doing stuff of which very few people cared for. And I don't want this cobblestone generator. There we go. Stop making the generator, please. Whoop. I feel like Classic Cube is... Hello. Hey buddy, what are you doing down here? I feel like Classic Cube is the Doom of Minecraft, meaning... You know how there's the common saying, does it run Doom? I feel like Classic Cube is starting to get up there with the amount of different platforms it's on. Have people put it on smart fridges yet? I feel like smart fridges, Samsung smart fridges, are running some sort of version of Android. If that's true, I feel like Classic Cube would have reached Android by now. I don't know, it's all speculation. I haven't been keeping up with the history of it. I took out the Enderman because he didn't belong down here. He was a liability. Hi, Zomble, I see you. I played Classic a little bit because I thought it was cool to see. Way back when I primarily played Minecraft in browser. Back when you could still play Minecraft in browser. Oops, that was stone. But yeah, I tried it out a little bit. Same thing with survival tests, but this would have been 2013, 2014. I want to say 2015 was when they took it offline. I don't think I played Classic in 2012. I know the Enderman was just chilling, but at some point he might have stopped chilling, and I had to take him out before he tried to go after me. I did try the PC Gamer demo. I've played it a few times. I don't have much to say about it, other than it's a novelty. I've thought about incorporating the PC Gamer cows on here, but then they would conflict with the original Alpha 1.0.8 cows I use. Yeah, I've played the standalone installation of the PC Gamer demo. Oh, lag spike. There's another one. Where are you guys coming from? Is it nighttime? Maybe it's turning daytime. Alright, well thanks for dropping on by. Oh, of course I may not rest now. I feel like people are gonna add PC Gamer demo cows if the variants are gonna be expanded upon. Folks with resource packs, I should say. Alright, let me drop down all these torches, and this is not the correct path. I'll need to see how the current variations function, how utilized they are. Because ideally, I would want... Oh wait, you know what I could do? There are 3 cow types, right? The regular... I should say the regular cow plus two others, right? What I could do is have the regular cow plus the alpha cow, alpha 1.0.8, plus the PC Gamer cow. That would take up all 3 cow slots. I'm sure the only difference is the texture. I was just thinking how the game handles them. Because if I could just define in resource pack, hey, there are more cow types, this is where they spawn, then that's what I would go for. But I feel like the game is limited to only the 3 types, unless you use a third-party source. Third-party mod add other variations. Optifine supports custom entities. You just have to define which textures. There's a resource pack I used to use called Wayukian. Great resource pack. Absolutely enjoy the style. And so that one had custom mob support. Skelly bums and zombies. What other mobs had variations on there? I can't remember, but those were the 2 I remember. Alright, let me toss all the cobble. With all this obsidian I'm acquiring, hopefully I'll have a use for it in the future. Obsidian isn't used to craft anything, right? Wait, hold on. How do you get crying obsidian? Is crying obsidian only ever found naturally? I've played a little bit of 1.16 plus survival, but not enough to invest time into getting crying obsidian. Respawn anchors. I forget those exist. I'm gonna have one in this world just to make sure that I have it. Move that, move that. Alright, inventory is nice and empty. Back to digging. Alright, the enchantment table. You don't have any red and blue glasses from 15 years ago? From old movies you would buy in 3D? Was that just me? Was that only my childhood? I'm pretty sure we have 3 or 4 3D movies using the old red and blue system. Oh yeah, the 3D TV. Those didn't exist back when I watched. Those didn't exist when I was getting into 3D stuff. Yeah, I have Spy Kids in 3D and Polar Express in 3D. 1 or 2 other titles I might. I have several pairs of 3D glasses laying around. I also had multiple books that had multiple dinosaur books. Can't remember what series it was from, but they had 3D pictures on there. So anyways, point being, I have several of those lying around from years ago. So I was surprised you did not. It was removed? 3D anaglyph was removed? I didn't know that was removed. Hold on, I'm playing 1.13. Do we still have it? If it's on here, I don't see it. Maybe it's later in release. Maybe 1.13 removed it, I don't know. I wasn't looking at the video options of 1.12, but I feel like that would have been around maybe 1.7 or 1.8. Because I know it used to be here back when I first started playing. The reason why I ask, or I should say, the reason why I think it would have been removed around 1.7 or 1.8 is because they redid the shaders. They had built-in shader stuff, and so the 3D option would have been removed, as the rest of the shaders effects would have been a replacement. I don't know if Minecraft ever had a shaders that replicated the same visual style. Probably because it would have required double rendering. 1.13 had it removed, so it stuck around until 1.12. Man, you should have asked this question 2 weeks ago, back when I was still at 1.12. Because then I would have found, or I should say I would have dug up one of my pairs of glasses. Pretty sure I have one in a drawer not too far from here. Oops. Sorry, torch. 17W43A. So then it wasn't 1.7 when they redid internal shaders. So why'd they remove it? Oh well. Yeah, and I'm sure it's very easy to get back. It wouldn't be too difficult. I don't think I'll take the time to do so though. One of these days, I don't know when, but one of these days I've thought about having a UMP episode in VR. Well, that would need to be a special thing. Maybe that's what I'll do for April Fool's this year. Have a little walk around the world in VR. I think we're gonna be in the middle of 1.14 now. I'll need to see if Vivecraft, that's the big VR mod people use. I wonder if Vivecraft still has a 1.14 version around. Make what popular? Make the 3D option popular again? Because I feel like that's never gonna return. It's been long enough that there's not enough people interested. If it's the same thing as how I assume it worked for Java, you just have to render the game from two slightly different perspectives, and then apply color tinting to each of them. I don't think 3D glasses will ever get a revival. Pretty sure there will always be a novelty thing of the past. I want to say Kurt J. Max skin still has 3D glasses on. Maybe it's Wolfie. Maybe Wolfie's the one with 3D glasses. Simple. Play the game at half the frame rate. That way, half the time you're rendering one side, half the time you're rendering the other. There was some sort of VR, I think, at some point. Maybe I'm thinking of interlacing. Interlaced video. Either way, there is something, some device that would render half the frames on one side and then render the other half on the other. I don't think it was interlaced video though. I think it was two separate screens, which is why I'm thinking it was a VR headset. Ordered a set? For how much? Like $3. I feel like they should be cheap. Basic plastic. In fact, if you had the film, if you had the two different colored film, it would be easy to make your own. But I feel like buying tinted film, tinted semi-transparent film, would be more expensive than just buying some old pair. $3.89. I was close. At first I was gonna say $5, but then I thought, nah, that's too much. I wouldn't even sell my pair for $5. Sell it for $2. I don't know what state my current 3D glasses are in, but I have a lot of pairs, which means I'm bound to have one that's still in. Oh, 10 pairs! Oh, that's even better. What are you gonna do with the other 9? Just have them sitting around. Convince other people to play Minecraft in 3D. Okay, where's the wall? Where's the pole? Said that one woman on Wipeout. Every once in a while I bring that up. Every once in a while I re-watch the clip because it's funny. Monsters vs. Aliens had red and green instead of red and blue. But why? I would not pay $52 for 2 tinted glasses. At that point, I rather would make my own. Not out of cardboard, though. If I'm making my own, I'd want some sort of plastic. I don't need metal. I don't know how much I would want metal glasses sitting on my face that badly. Or I could take an old pair of glasses, take out the lenses, and add the film inside. Normal glasses with 3D technology. Interesting. I have from a few years back, glasses for watching solar eclipses. Kinda interesting, except I didn't realize they had a 2-year, expiration date. I didn't know solar eclipse glasses had expiration dates. I thought that was rather interesting. So yeah, that would have been 2017 or 18, I think. Whatever one was visible here in California back then. I know there's another one years after, but at that point, the Eclipse glasses are considered expired, and so I used other means of viewing it at that time. Not seeing anything but the sun is the whole point, because you're only supposed to see the sun, which means it's very obvious when the moon is blocking the sun. For $220, those glasses better last decades. Because I feel like they should not be so expensive unless they're the best durability glasses can be. Surprise! Just kidding, there's no surprise that there was lava there. I wonder if it's nighttime again. I'm looking out where that ladder is, and I think it's dark. We should catch some Z's, reset the weather timer. Don't want it snowing over here, although I don't really know how many snow bombs I have in this area. A 1.12.2 3D Let's Play would be interesting. I wonder if you would like to look up real fast, are there any 3D Let's Plays currently? That feels like such a low numbers thing, but I would not be surprised if it's already been done before. Because I'm sure not the first person to have the idea. You know what would be cool? If you could do it in VR. If you had it in VR and then played it in 3D for other people. That way other people would get to experience it in 3D. Fully. Similar to how you had. It wouldn't be the same kind of, but it'd be close enough. That would be interesting. 3D videos, but not a series? You might be the first to have an entire series dedicated to it then. You could do 1.2.5 because of how much I like 1.2.5. And I know a lot of other people like 1.2.5. And I don't... There you go, it's your first version, plus one reason. I wonder... Nah, wait to plop down torches, they're just gonna get washed away again. I'll need to be prepared though, is wall, lava. Gonna be all behind here. Yep. In fact, I have an idea. I know how to handle this. There we go. This is what I usually do. I probably should have been doing this before. Survival test. You know, a survival test series, all in 3D, would be one of the most niche Minecraft series of all time. Play on a 2505. That's such a fun version. There are probably some survival test Let's Plays out there, but once you see it all, over half an hour of gameplay, you're kind of on your own to just keep trying to survive as far as you can. I feel like Endev would be more popular because a lot of people like Endev. Survival test is rather basic. Makes sense, it is a survival test. Notch did not at all intend for it to be long-term. That's what makes it interesting, when you do turn it into a long-term series. I've thought about having a 2505 series on here, but I never got around to it. I've only been sticking to my primary long-term world. I haven't been on there in a while, though, because I've been updating UMP and whatnot. It would be fun if Minecraft had an official arcade mode, but I feel like we already have that with adventure maps. I have an adventure map with a limited sized area for the player to be in. Keep them in, I guess, adventure mode. Let's use, whoop, ow. That took no damage. Is my armor that good? Hold on. I know I was told jump in lava earlier, but can I really just chill in here without any problem? I lost a heart from that. Probably because I spent all my saturation. Oh, I was right. I did spend all my saturation. Huh. I'm not even wearing full diamond. Let's see. Protection 4, and fire protection 4. I didn't realize my armor was that useful. Man, I totally should have jumped in lava earlier. Would have been funny. Be like, surprise! This doesn't hurt at all. The reason why I have Fire Protection 4 on here is because the boots, the Feather Falling boots, Feather Falling took me so long to acquire. And if I really wanted, I could have tried replacing Fire Protection with Protection, but I figured, no, I'm just gonna keep the Fire Protection on here. Yeah, I didn't realize that I could totally survive jumping in lava like that. I was thinking my health would have gone down faster. I think you're the one having difficulty because I'm seeing 0 dropped frames. Such a weird line of stone over there. I wonder how that happened. Because it's all this lava, stone, and then it was lava again. I'm really hoping that I get to speed up the digging process once this is over. Once I clean out the obsidian of this area. But I want to say this has absolutely convinced me. Don't replace the floor. Don't replace the floor with stone, just leave it as obsidian. But I'll deal with that later, since the floor will be the last thing I work on. Because I'd want to get everything else going. Peekaboo. You know what? I'll keep that lava. I'll keep the lava for now because it might be utilized for light. Ah, yes, there's more on the floor. Hello, where'd you come from? Did he spawn down here? Alright, maybe I will start plopping down more torches. Hi, buddy. Farewell. And now he's just taking up even more inventory space. Oi, all these mob drops. I don't need them. It looks like once this is done, once I clean out this area, we're going to be close to halfway. Because if that is in fact the back wall, then by the time I catch everything up to this wall here, we're going to be around the halfway mark. For some reason, I thought the warehouse was larger, but I'll need to count again, see if that is indeed 62 blocks from one end to the other. I remembered the math from yesterday. Well, it really wasn't math, it was counting. Is counting considered math? Oh, is this going to be all stone? Can I connect with the little island right there? I might be able to. Like I said, ended up being 2 different lava pits, and they kind of came together in the same area. Sort of what it feels like. We'll never know whether or not Minecraft lava, I should say any sort of Minecraft lake, happens to generate right next to another one, and they merge in odd ways. Because it looks very weird having this little line of stone here. So I don't know what the game was doing. The generator, there should be... We might have entered survival test by now. Hold on. I'll need to check real fast. Because this is 15A terrain. I need to know what coordinate we enter survival test. Alright, so looks like 512. You know, I totally should have guessed that because the world is in 256 segments. So yeah, block 512 on X. So we'll see where that limit is. I wonder if that is the chunk. Oh, come on, buddy. What are you doing? Wonder if that is the chunk border. Nope, that's not. Because 512 is way over here. Yeah, so this is the difference. So that way is 15A terrain. This way is survival test terrain. So yeah, all of this is still 15A. And ZZZ all the way home. Plop that away as it continues to steal inventory space. Oh yeah, I picked up the obsidian. I was expecting it to fall. Like that one. Fall and burn. I think I can go one more. Yep, one more. Cool. Howdy, potato. I'm not collecting obsidian. I'm digging out a hole, but all this lava's in the way. So I'm collecting obsidian because I need the space. We're working on the warehouse from yesterday. Warehouse 4. I haven't figured out a name for the 4th warehouse yet, but I'm sure something will come to mind once I put the signs down. I'll figure it out later. So yeah, all this lava is currently in the way. This is the first underground warehouse since all the other 3 were built above ground. But I kind of don't want to clog all my airspace. I like the open feel, especially around the campfire. The campfire next to the lake. So what we're doing is we are putting the warehouse underneath the lake. That's right out front, the first one. Bye-bye, stone. I have no idea what advanced OpenGL does. I looked into it a long time ago, and I not at all remember what the technical term was. I don't know what it did. So I did in beta 1.6, right? Maybe it was something to improve chunk rendering. And only for graphics cards that supported a newer version of OpenGL. But I don't know. It's been a long time since I bothered looking into it. I didn't collect the coral fans, I haven't gone back yet. We've only been down here today. We'll see if I collect the coral fans later or not. If I finish the warehouse, at least if I finish digging it out, I don't know about the wood. I am confident we're going to run out of logs building all the pillars inside here. But in terms of digging out the area, the whole outline for it, that might be what I do after this. Thankfully, we have a few more weeks until I need to worry about new features, and so the coral fans and the dead coral are the last 1.13 items to collect. Last 1.13 blocks, I should say, to place in the block museum. And then when we get to 1.14, that's when I'll have new stuff to acquire. I'll need to go find some berry bushes. And a new village as well. I won't need the new village, but it'll be easier to get the new blocks there. Can you craft the bell, or is the bell uncraftable? The village bell. Because if that's uncraftable, then I would indeed need a village for that. But we did it! The obsidian is over! Party potato! I still can't throw that up on screen because OBS got mad at me. Well, oh well. Anyways, so I'm looking at continuing on. I just need to verify that that back wall is indeed 62 blocks. 1. Yep, 62. Cool. Occlusion culling is not at all similar to fancy graphics or fabulous graphics. Culling is the removal of faces being rendered. It's supposed to be a performance improvement because that way you don't have to, that's less geometry you have to deal with. And not lunar eclipse. It's supposed to be raining. Sad times, you're right. There's indeed lots of rain. Been quite rainy lately. Party potato. Because we don't get enough of it usually. You know, maybe I will leave this torch here. I have to come back and redo the roof anyway. We're still gonna be digging up. How far? We gotta go all the way up to there, plus another several blocks higher, because that's just the end of the cobblestone. This entire ceiling is gonna be bumped up multiple blocks. So I guess I'll just leave all the torches on the ceiling for now. I don't know what it is, but I like having torches on the ceiling of big open caverns like this. There is a video, a Minecraft video from years ago, 2010 I believe. I believe it's called Minecraft Cart Ride. There were 3 episodes in the series, if you want to call it that. But it was just a Minecraft roller coaster, essentially. And so there was Minecraft Cart Ride, and then it had 2 sequels. And one part of the ride on there in episodes 2 and 3, or I should say part 2 and 3, showcased a big open cavern underground. Hello, hi, howdy, welcome back. The survival test version I recommended is 2505. 0.24 doesn't save. Not without saving mods, at least. But with 0.24, all mobs are spawned on level load. 0.25 corrects that, so that mobs will continually respawn. Because it's totally possible to play 0.24 and take out every mob, and then that's it. That would not work for a series. Unless you want the world to be empty. But I think that defeats some of the challenge. But we need to go and clean out our inventory. The sky has been so long underground. That's not entirely true, because I had to count how many blocks away the worlds were. Quagmire, I don't watch Family Guy. I don't do voice impressions, though, regardless. Why not 0.30? 0.25 has more challenge. What other block types did you or can you acquire in 0.30 within regular survival? I feel like TNT was one of them, but I think that one was 27. I don't try doing Homer Simpson, that's supposed to be an old man. You're the one who claimed it to be Homer Simpson. I'm gonna claim it to be the microphone not being as good as it should be. What do I watch? These days, video essays. Except I don't watch them, I put them on in the background. I stopped watching regular TV. Has it really been around a decade now? This was back in high school. 0.25 is still laggy. It is? Unless you're playing on a super large world, it's always been fine for me. Can I breakdance? I'm a terrible dancer. At least I'll claim to be. No one's ever been around to say anything. If 0.25 has problems, then you could try 27 and 30. I will not be showing my face on here. It's been showcased across the internet enough times. Oh, is it just Classic doesn't like integrated graphics? There wasn't a save issue with 27. At least there shouldn't have been. There was an issue going from 25 to 27, but there's a simple tool to fix that. Made by Blue Crab 2. Can't remember the name of it, but it fixes the problem that prevented upgrading 25 to 27 worlds. I need to make a guide on that. I need to make a video and written guide. I just haven't done so. Tool's been around for a couple of years though. No, maybe not that long. Maybe only last year. You don't think it can use integrated, but have you verified? Because there was a guide made for Classic Plus that tells your computer, hey, if you have a dedicated graphics card, do not use integrated. 0.27 added 26 added spiders. 27 cleaned it up. The block drops. Stone started dropping cobblestone. And the ores started dropping the ore blocks. The compiled blocks, not the ores themselves. Like block of iron, block of gold. And 0.30... 0.30 might have added sheep, because I think sheep were added in 0.28. InDev, integrated started getting integrated better. In development, more like integrated development, but oops. You can get cloth, but you can't get stone. Depends on how long you want the world to last for. I enjoy the challenge of creepers being able to blow up the stone in 0.25. Makes creepers feel more deadly, because otherwise, if you just build everything out of stone, that's not true. If you build everything out of cobblestone so you can't get stone, then you're safe. I remember my bunker, my 0.25 bunker, and I was chilling, you know, doing stuff in there, making it look nice, and then boom, explosions happen outside. It's because all the creepers would get stuck, drown, and then boom, there goes the wall. I am certain middle school over Google. What are we at? Hour and 55 minutes of the day. As long as there's no more lava, we should be able to clean out the inside done. Clean out the inside, then I'll start working on the outside. Well, I guess it depends on how far up I want to go. Because if I'm supposed to go... Let's see if it's 14 blocks minus 12. If I'm supposed to go 12 blocks upward, then I have a lot more to dig out in here. What, drainage? Okay, that was a good one. Made me laugh more on the inside. I wonder, what sort of hole are you trying to dig me into? Because I think to myself, how about I not participate? Maybe you're trying to get me into the sewer you just mentioned. Is Pennywise down there? I think I'd rather avoid it. One of these days, I'll watch the original It. I've only seen the newer two-parters. One day I'll watch the original. Don't know when, and I've been saying that for a few years now. But it's on my to-watch eventually list. The only problem is I haven't touched my to-watch eventually list in a long time. Because as I've mentioned recently, I've been tackling Doctor Who. But at long last, after 97 days, I finished. I don't remember if I said on stream or not, but I finished. Took me 97 days to watch the equivalent of, what was it, 949 episodes, I think, between main series and spin-offs. I can't remember, I wrote it down. I finished Doctor Who in 97 days. Approximately 949 episodes. I think the math was... I can't remember. I wrote this down somewhere. And then it's been in a couple of weeks. And I've been focusing on getting UMP upgraded. Focusing on getting UMP upgraded and my little triangle game as well. Maybe I should look on Twitter. I'm pretty sure I said on Twitter what the math was. And Blue Sky. And Threads. Anyone remember Threads? I saw a lot of people use it for a month, and then that was it. Some people stick around on there more. I see a lot of people use it for public, and then they have a private Instagram account. Interesting mentality. I wonder how much longer I should allow you to stick around. I'm starting to feel like things are going downhill rather quickly. I am patient, though, I consider myself. I feel like Blue Sky popularity went up when it became popular. Not popular, sorry, when it became open to the public. And then it kind of dropped down again. I feel like a lot of people who wanted to switch over have already switched over. So then afterward, it's sort of calmed down a bit. And so you're either there or you aren't. But yeah, Threads definitely got left behind when Blue Sky went public. I was so happy when I was invited to the into the private access, and then I was there for a month or two, and then it went public, and I thought, was it worth it? Oh well. I don't really care though. It would not have made any difference on platform usage either. It was nice though, because I was able to start getting interested in like writing groups. I should say a particular indie author, not club, group, whatever the proper term is on there. So that way, since this was around the time that I was spending a lot on writing Innocence last year, there was good timing that I was able to find other authors, see what they're up to, hear other author things and whatnot. I can totally understand a lot of people giving up social media altogether. There is no one perfect place. Too much difference of opinion. In all of these, the 3 platforms that I mentioned, I want to say I'm still most active on Twitter, and that's because the most amount of people I know, or know of, like people who watch my streams and stuff, they are on Twitter. And I'm going to keep calling it Twitter, and that's probably going to end up on my headstone, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm most active on there because I know the most amount of people on there. Blue Sky's probably next, but that's the writing folks, the independent authors. And then Threads is kind of whoever. Probably the same people I know on every other platform. I should say the same people who are on every platform, such as myself. Is this really it? Are we almost at the back wall? Oh, hello, cave. That's nice. This is a convenient location for the cave because it means I don't have to dig this up. Hooray! There's a hole. Hello! There's a hole in the floor, and I'll need to place down stone to fix that up. But while I'm here... Oh, look! You could totally see the chunk border. I think... Hold on. Why is that 10 and not 11? Well, either way, that's the end of the cave there, I'm pretty sure. Because that's the next world. The survival test world. But anyways, maybe I should come back. Oh wait, hold on. Here, I have an idea. I only need 2 blocks. I'll just boop. There we go. Hippity hoppity, this stone is now my property. Alright, let's fill up this last stack and then we'll head up. Blue Sky is now defunct. Would you like to share the story of that? Because I feel like there's a movie they made that I really liked, but nothing's coming to mind. .25 works fine even in huge worlds. There you go, just a laptop problem. It's just classic being classic. Was it nighttime? Let's catch some Z's. Ice Age and robots. Hold on. If they're now defunct, wasn't there supposed to be another Ice Age? I feel like that was a stream discussion earlier this year. Maybe last year, depending on part 4. So at some point in part 4, I feel like I was talking to someone who mentioned a new Ice Age movie. Did it already come out? Am I that behind? And I think with all the coal, we're gonna bring this together. We're gonna combine. And not enough here. I'll start out with half a stack. Boop. Now I have an idea. There we go. Because if I keep picking up coal, I might as well bring more of them into blocks. Alright, back to work. Although, pretty soon here, I'm going to want to switch over from my regular pickaxe to the Silk Touch pickaxe. I have plenty of cobblestone, so I'm not concerned about running out of that. But I need to switch to have a more balanced durability usage. And I think this might be the end here. Endev was definitely a big step up from Classic and Survival Test. I should say Creative Classic and Survival Test. I'm rather sad, though, that Notch didn't spend any more time in Classic until Beta 1.8. Because know how cool it would have been if we got a official creative mode, say in Alpha 1.0. Or you know what, maybe there's an Alpha 1.3. Let's say Beta was put off, and Alpha 1.3, which would have been the equivalent of Beta 1.0, suppose, but with creative mode. And we had creative all the way from then up until the adventure update. Know how nice it would have been playing all those versions, but with official creative. Sure, the creative would have been simple since creative didn't start getting good until release 1.3. Because creative in beta 1.8 through 1.2 was a little iffy. It worked, but who knows. Sad times, but alas, now it's here, and we also have more game modes. Oop. But anyways, point being, Endev is indeed good step up, but I do wish that creative was reintroduced earlier. It would have been interesting if there was like a creative test phase. Like, even if it wasn't fully implemented. Doors is one of the reasons why I like InfDev more than InDev. Doors is such a great feature for fortifying areas. And I remember talking about this. I remember giving the explanation. Plus, I'm also more of a fan of infinite worlds than limited worlds. Notch did want the ability to have limited world sizes, but then that never happened. I'll need to go back and find the blog post where he talked about it. But yeah, he switched over to creative, or I should say he went from limited creative to infinite survival, and then never got back to limited creative again. It would have been so interesting having a limited size world from InfDev and later. I know you could use the world borders, but that requires a setup to begin with. In Minecraft, I'm pretty sure there's no way to set the border size legitimately without commands. It's also supposed to make a converter. That would have been nice as well. The converter from InDev to InfDev would have been rather easy. That's a rather straightforward process if he made it as simple as take the coordinates and switch it over. That's not entirely true. The chests would have needed special math to calculate the tile entity positions. Do I hear rain? No, I don't think it's currently raining. It's all overcast. We're expecting rain today. There was some rain yesterday, but I don't think it's currently raining. Depending on how complicated, or I should say how much accessibility you want when converting an InDev world to InfDev, there's not a lot. I should say, if you wanted a simple and straightforward process, you can always use something like Monia's converter. Although I don't remember if that converts wool placed in the world. It's one reason why I will always prefer MCEdit, because MCEdit is smart and converts the old InDev wool, classic and InDev wool, into the beta 1.2 data values. Let me pick up all of this real fast. I think we're going to complete the stack and then I'll switch to thingy. Yeah, it doesn't convert inventories, unfortunately. You'd have to manually transfer the inventory data yourself. Alright, let's put that away and swap back to Silk Touch. Is it turning nighttime? I think so. No, maybe not. I'm just looking at the water there. Oh yeah, it's still plenty daytime. Light modding InDev could be great. Are you approaching InDev Plus territory? For as much as I'm not interested. I've said before, a lot of people like InDev, even if I'm not on that list. Alright, let me zoop. Sure, there's also other more lightweight mods for InDev these days. InDev Plus is the only one I know because of how much it was talked to me. How much it was mentioned in my direction. I feel like Minecraft being an RPG. You know, I still would totally support a Minecraft RPG game mode in the future. Don't know if we'll ever get it, since I don't think we've had a new game mode since Spectator back in 1.8. Because we have Survival, Creative, Adventure, and Spectator. If there's another game mode I'm missing, feel free to remind me. The thing with Minecraft is it doesn't have any direct progression. It has things to do, but do you really need to go? And in what order? For example, you don't need diamonds to get to the Nether. You just need to plop down some lava and make a portal. Place down the lava in a correct pattern. Or find a village that has obsidian in a chest and fix one of the ruined portals. Those are not hard set things that must be done. There's multiple ways to go about completing the game. Whereas a dedicated Minecraft linear progression system would be something different. It also includes the stats. Notch's mention of stats. Well, it wasn't even a mention. The whole stats board was on the inventory screen for a little bit. Dedicated player stats would be another feature that's currently not implemented. I feel like, though, the stat system kind of got sidelined for enchanting and potions. One day, perhaps. There was a mod called not a mod. I guess it was a mod, even though it did include Optifine as well. There was a mod called Hack/Mine back for 1.2.3. Such a fun mod. I spent a lot of time on there. Although I will say the last version ended up having entity spawning issues, but oh well. Yeah, it was way back for 1.2.3, and it turned Minecraft in a full-scale RPG. Dungeon crawling, and new mobs, and skill trees, and stuff like that. I've wanted to do a Hack/Mine series on here. I've never gotten around to it, though. But something like that is what I imagine a Minecraft RPG game mode being. We're at an hour and 24. A little more than half an hour for today. You know what I need to do? I don't know when, but I need to continue digging out the space for the rest of these windows. The thing with Minecraft Dungeons is it's a Minecraft-themed game. It doesn't feel like Minecraft dungeon mode. The levels are all pre-made. They are either random or procedural, depending on your use of terminology for how each level is. But otherwise, it doesn't have any of Minecraft creative or survival. It has you walking around, fighting mobs, getting new gear, exploring areas in a linear fashion. I wonder, they're probably, hold on, we're gonna talk about it. Dungeons 2, bringing that up real fast. I wonder if they're gonna bring back any sort of world customization for it. Are we gonna get a look at a new look at it in the Minecraft Live that I realize is in like a week and a half? Spicewood, there we go. That's the word that wasn't coming to mind. Because if they brought back any sort of building, any sort of your own creative side of it, as opposed to only being RPG focused, that would be nice. At least Story Mode tried. Story Mode Season 1 and 2 had a few different times where you can build your own creations. I think it was Season 1 had it. Season 2 for sure. Now, even something in that sort of fashion for dungeons would be a little fun side thing to do, even if it's not related to the story it's trying to tell. I feel like the closest Minecraft and Zelda thing we've gotten is DLC stuff. Well, I guess it's DLC, but marketplace content. Has there not been one in the past? I feel like there would have by now. I've not at all kept up with it. Deep Dig? Where was Deep Dig mentioned? Because that sounds like a term I've not yet looked into. Next update. Is that at all related to the seasonal content we've been getting? The new mob variants and whatnot? Yep. Alright, I ran out of space. Let's go back. Okay, only Mario, no Zelda. Interesting. Maybe one day in the future. I don't currently have any thoughts for Deep Dig then, other than I wonder if we're gonna get any more archaeology expansion. I'm trying to remember. I made way back when I was rewatching the Minecraft Lives. I remember comparing the archaeology we got in the original showcase of it compared to the archaeology we got multiple updates later in the full version. Ever seen before? Then yeah, I have no idea. I'm not a big speculation guy unless I have something to go off of. It'd be cool if we went back to some more of the archaeology stuff. I can't remember, did we ever get the proper dig sites? Because I know there are little dig sites that were first showcased. Did that ever go anywhere? I can't remember if any sort of that made it into the full game. But I know there was also the clay pots. I was a little sad that the clay pots ended up being simplified. Trail ruins. That might be what I'm thinking of, because I only remember in my mind the original showcase and not at all what we have in modern day. I know you could find suspicious sand in multiple areas, multiple pre-existing areas, which is why I couldn't remember if there was any dedicated location, any dedicated archaeology places. Let's bring all this over. Clean inventory is a happy inventory. You know, at the rate we're going, we might make it to the end of the wall here. And then I'll have to dig up the entire side panel, replace it with cobblestone. Oh, booey. But that's okay, because I have plenty of cobblestone now. 1.12.5-pre-2. If it still doesn't have an official name, we're probably going to get the official name at Minecraft Live then. Because that's 10 days, I believe. The Saturday after next one. I'm probably not going to watch it live. We'll see. We'll see whatever I'm doing that day. I did not watch the last one live, one back in October. I watched it a couple days later, I think. Kind of less stressful not watching it live, because that way I could take my time going through it and write down all my notes. Because it's that time again. I'm going to have to update my entire Minecraft Live document. Because I have a lot of stuff on there. A lot of notes about all previous lives. And so I'll need to go back and make sure that the new one's on there. If they went back and renamed one of the previous updates that didn't have a name originally, because I want to say Armored Paws was the first one. They went back and renamed, I think it was 1.20.3. They gave that one an official name. I feel like they're going to have a name. And let me whip out my fortune pickaxe, because turns out I'm going to want to dig the coal after all. If you need to be taught how to play Minecraft slowly, what did you do originally? I feel like you've shared about this before and why you've started playing 1.0 recently, but I can't remember. And Izunaka, welcome back. 1.22 might be announced, but we'll find out in 10 days. I'm pretty sure it's still the 22nd. It's the 22nd when I looked yesterday. I was looking into it because Method wanted to play Half-Life Decay on the 22nd, and I couldn't remember if I had something going on that day, so I looked into it. Modern Mega Farm speedrun is something I'll never get into. I feel like I've always played Minecraft comfortably, because it comes down to I'd rather do my own thing and not copy what a lot of other folks do. But it's so weird, UMP being on new versions. I should say what feel like new versions, even though this is 7 years old. Almost. Because I'm so used to playing old versions. And to think that in just a few months I'll be on 1.17. And 1.15 or 1.17 is gonna feel so new. And then UMP Part 4 is gonna end, and we'll take a nice big break while I go do other series, hopefully. InfDev Plus is still probably what I'll do next, but we'll see. Because thinking about it, there's a lot of stuff I need to prepare for with UMP before hitting the full release of 1.18. InfDev Plus has been back for a couple months now. It was only gone for 2 months or so. 3 months maybe. So we'll see if I get back to the world Everyone tells me make a new world. There's going to be a lot of problems with it, but I'm going to say no, thank you. I've started in the early versions. Might as well keep going. My Insta plus Polyworld, what it's become. Sure, lighting is terrible, and a lot of the block IDs got switched around. It's not my fault. Yeah, there's no longer any official... Well, that's not entirely true. There was an unofficial fan server for Insta Plus that was started, partially as a joke, you know, down with the tyrant and whatnot. And so, that was started, but then people really started getting interested, and that kind of took over as the main Legacy Plus died off, or Insta Plus, well, I guess altogether. .12 is a good version to play forever. I would almost be tempted to say a 1.8 though, for me. The only thing is I'd be missing out on all the end stuff. Oop, that was kind of loud. But if I were to switch over to more modern versions, I'd almost want to go with 1.13. Because after hitting 1.13 on Legacy Console, I started to appreciate 1.13 more in the features it brings. The different trapdoor types, different plank and button types, those are bonus stuff. Better oceans, because oceans in 1.7 to 1.12 are not fun. At least the oceans in 1.6 and earlier were interesting to look at and not endless gravel. I like 1.13 oceans. So yeah, it's somewhere around that time for me. I don't know if I give a definite answer though. I'm not as someone who doesn't use customized worlds enough, not nearly as much as you for sure. That's not a make or break deal for me. Between 1.16 and 1.17, I've started to favor 1.17 more over 1.16 because of the new underground stuff. A little bit, we got a glimpse at it. And also because ores drop the raw item. Raw iron and raw gold make me happy because it solves the fortune and silk touch problem. Oops. That was originally presented with iron and gold. For years. Many, many years. Between 1.0 when Minecraft first received enchantments all the way until 1.16. 1.17 made mining iron and gold interesting. That way you're not guaranteed the one ore block every single time. So 1.16 is a great update, but when it comes to mining, 1.17 is an improvement. Might be 1.1 for you. My thing with 1.1 always goes back to if I'm going to play 1.1, I feel like I would just make the upgrade to 1.2. That's also as someone who doesn't really appreciate 1.0 because of how incomplete it is. With 1.1 being the fixed up 1.0, I feel like one more major upgrade that gets taller worlds and jungles, plus the redstone lamp, is why I'd rather play 1.2 over 1.1. And what Alright, we're almost there. I say we're almost there, but I think we're about halfway. We have about 20 minutes-ish. See if we can make it to the end in 20 minutes. Maybe I should have worked top down. I'm now thinking about it. Maybe I should have found the highest layer, then work my way down. But I think what I'll do is I'll start setting up the areas the different posts in here, the log posts, before I get to the ceiling. 1.0 really does feel like beta 1.9. It even had 9 pre-releases. Yeah, 1.0 doesn't feel like a final version of the game with the problems it has. 1.1 helped, I will say. Yeah, 1.1 helped, but still not perfect. I will also be a big fan of shift clicking in the furnaces from 1.2.5. Totally a small thing, but I remember way back on here talking about how much I missed it in early release. And then I made it party potato. Such a small thing though. Such a small feature, but big appreciation. I wonder if someone ever made a mod for modern Minecraft that is quality of life removed. And so stuff like no shift clicking, less video options, particularly with the render distance selection and no smooth lighting. No of the click and drag around, no recipe book. I wonder if someone's made a mod that removes features like that, but for modern Minecraft. That way you still have new blocks and whatnot. New blocks and items. I wonder, because that'd be rather interesting, seeing someone who's so used to playing modern not get to enjoy all these features. Or something small as well as the last pickaxe use does not drop the block, does not drop the stone block. That's one thing that makes me sad, that it wasn't fixed until Alpha 1.0.5. Or even tools having half as much durability as they currently have. To find the monolith online, can't remember who it's made by, but if you just look up monolith renderer, you should find a online tool for that. And so you plop in your seed and it will show you a map. Green, blue, and red. Blue is water, green is land, red is where monoliths are most likely to generate on there. Of course, it doesn't show you Farlands, so if you get a monolith past 12.5 million blocks from world origin, that's not going to generate, because Farlands will override monoliths. I haven't yet found a seed that has a monolith right at the start of the Farlands, because I want to see the monolith get cut off when the Farlands begin, but I haven't taken the time to find a monolith exactly at 12,550,821 yet. I got close. I found a monolith, I think, about 63 blocks away. 63 blocks from the start of the Farlands. So that's really close, but not quite there. So I haven't taken the time to go seed searching some more, but I'll do that someday. Monoliths were totally known about at that time. There's a video from June 2010 showing a monolith. In fact, there's probably multiple. They didn't have a name, which is why the videos are nearly impossible to find. But yeah, the bug itself was known about. So yeah, there's one or two videos I remember watching from 2010. Not in 2010, I didn't play at that time. Yeah, after just looking around on YouTube, I ended up finding a couple. Can't tell you any of their names, but yeah, they're out there. I wonder if the wiki would have any of them listed. Any original showcase videos. I don't know why people thought it was a monolith. You know, that's not true. I can understand why people thought it's a monolith, but I took a look at the picture and I knew it was a mountain getting cut off because I was totally familiar at mountains getting cut off in those versions. So yeah, someone, in fact, chances are multiple people thought that was a monolith, but looking at it, I knew it was amount from the beginning. There's been a lot of old Minecraft over the past couple of years or so. Beta Minecraft particularly has gone up. And also with the release of the Legacy console mod, whatever it's called, because I don't remember. The mod that makes modern Minecraft look and feel and play as if it were on Legacy console. That one has also brought an increase. So yeah, people are getting around to it. And as time passes, there are more folks who get interested. I've only seen early release from one other person. Solace speaks. I can't remember. Solace, regular word. He has a 1.0 world, and so I've seen stuff on there. I've only seen one of his videos, but he made mention of his other videos that he's only played on 1.0 on there. I know you watch because I saw you in the Discord server. Griffin, I hope you're not here and listening to this, because when I joined the server, I was half expecting to find Griffin already been in there. There's this running joke that he's in every Discord server I'm in. Truth be told, we only share 20 of them. But I haven't found anyone else who I share 20 servers with, 20 Discord servers. And so it's kind of, every time I join a new one, I feel like there's a chance he's already in there. So I'm waiting around to see if he ever ends up joining or not. Yeah, I personally haven't seen anyone else play Modern Release regularly. I've seen a lot of beta though. I do hope InfDev will get popular. I feel like InfDev 6.18 is a good version to have a long-term world on, because no stuttering zones from 6.24 and later. I haven't seen your pictures on there. I haven't looked much in there. And I will indeed look at that video probably after, when I'm having lunch. What alpha version? Is he doing any sort of upgrades, or is he like playing alpha 1.1? Because alpha 1.1 is a good alpha version. You got sneaking. The Winter World. Oh wait, hold on, you were telling me about this. I did not commit the name to memory. Hiccup. I think I was saying before how I wanted a long-term Winter World, but I never got around to it because it's such a different look, such a different look and feel to the world compared to regular people playing in alpha, early alpha, I should say. One of the things is can't have water on the surface or else it will freeze. So all your water has to be covered. I feel like I could see myself having a long-term Winter World if I had quality of life stuff from like even beta. If I had beta 1.7 quality features for alpha 1.1, I feel like I could have a long-term world on there. Tool durability is one of them. Tool durability before beta 1.2 is atrocious. And for as much as I like playing InfDev, oh boy, those tools go zoom. If it has some mods to fix bugs, that would be something I'd look into. I just started a beta 1.8.1 world for old-time reasons. I don't know how far I'll get onto it, but I have a great seat on there. There's something about beta 1.8 Extreme Hills that I will always appreciate. I don't know, there's just a look to them. Beta 1.8 through 1.6, since I think the extreme hills remained pretty much the same between those versions, other than emerald spawning in 1.3. What are we at? An hour and 50. We have another 10 minutes or so for the day. It feels like I haven't gotten a lot done, but then I look around and see all this open space, and I really have dug out quite a bit on here. Hooray! Beta 1.1 didn't want the 1.2 tree variants. Beta 1.1 is like the best version of Alpha 1.2. That is how I will always view it. Beta 1.0 had improvements, and then Beta 1.1 had further fixes and whatnot. Sorry, Beta 1.1 compared to Beta 1.0. Beta 1.2 is when new stuff started being implemented again. I have such a hard time playing Alpha 1.2 because of no leaf decay. That is the most annoying thing for Alpha 1.2. As much as I think the original Alpha 1.2.0 Nether is, and how it's kind of concerning every time you hear a ghast fly into a lava fall and take damage and die, especially when you can't see the ghast. But no leaf decay makes me sad. But hey, at least we get capes. We got capes in beta, so there's another reason. Leaf decay and capes. Such a small thing, but as someone who enjoys his Minecon 2016 cape, always fun to show off. Says the guy who plays single player, so I guess knowing it's there, even if I don't see it. It's kind of funny, though, that Leaf Decay was redone in Beta 1.0, and then Nudge claimed that Leaf Decay was rewritten in Beta 1.1. I really want to know a comparison between Beta 1.0 and Beta 1.1 Leaf Decay. Because, oh boy, I know Leaf Decay in Alpha 1.0 and 1.1 was not good. Because so many trees would casually drop their leaves just upon world loading. Howdy Zeb, welcome back to the last few minutes of the day. I think those are all good points. All the saplings would only cause huge amounts of lag if you were loading, say, a InfDev 4.15 world and all those poofy trees. My Minecraft Legacy world had a whole bunch of poofy trees, and then on there I loaded in early alpha, and all those poofy trees started decaying, and we were looking at 700, 800, 900 saplings just sticking around in a few minutes. Maybe it wasn't Minecraft Nostalgia, it was Minecraft Legacy. If I said Legacy, that's what I meant, but in my mind I was thinking Nostalgia. I've not at all seen the new player locator. I have not been keeping up with new updates like usual. Is this an item or is it a map feature? Is this a multiplayer only thing? Because the way you said it, it sounds like there's no use in single player. Part of the UI. Hold up. Hold on. A player locator in the UI. Does it locate other players? Because I feel like PvP servers are going to have a hard time with this. Multiplayer only thing for Bedrock. Oh, so they have Bedrock multiplayer. It's going to be in the XP bar. Why would it take place in the XP bar? So that they don't show up. Alright, I see. So it's optional. Oops, it's supposed to be mine. It was Silk Touch. Sounds interesting, and I kind of want to know why. Because don't other players already show up on maps? Or is that just a legacy console thing that never came to Bedrock? Because if that was just a legacy console thing that never came to Bedrock, I'll think to myself, why? That sneezes. I could not pineapple my way out of this one. Other players showed up on legacy console maps. At least they used to. At least I'm pretty sure they did. That's all within host settings or whatever. I'd have to look back into it, but it's been so long since I've played 360 with other people. I almost thought about trying to get online multiplayer for my 360 world on here, but I don't know how well online multiplayer works through an emulator. So I never took the time for that. Besides, I only have one person who'd try it out. Sneaking, pumpkin, or invisible. Interesting. So it's flexible on the implementation. Let me put that away. And let's start wrapping up with the stone collection here. Maybe I should go to the end after this episode, before tomorrow, because I don't think y'all need to see me wait around for 15 minutes trying to get enough XP to fix my tools. So hopefully I don't procrastinate and I get to that before tomorrow. I need to finish optimizing the world. Thankfully, I think I'm around 92% or 94% on optimizing the world, so I'm really close to being done. Hooray, at long last! And since tomorrow will be on the full release of 1.13, I don't have to worry about downgrading at all. Oops, I filled up. 300 blocks. Interesting. As someone who doesn't play Bedrock, I'm very unlikely to ever see this feature for myself. Whoop. Last time I played Bedrock was the event they had for, I think, Minecraft Live back in October. Back when they were doing the cape stuff as a cape collector. Alright, boop. What will I do when I reach the latest version? So you see, I have a plan for that, and it's not play the latest version. I'm only going up until 1.17.1, and then I'm taking a break again. I took a break after 1.6.4 for a couple of years, and then when I came back, I started in 1.7 again. Particularly 13W36A because I wanted the broken Disco Mountains. But yeah, my plan is to only play several versions and then take a few years break. Take a break for a few years and play other series on here. And then eventually UMP will return. I don't know yet though. I will be watching the new Minecraft Live, but I don't know if I'll watch it live. Because of course I have to add all my notes. I have to add to my many notes I took on the previous Minecraft Lives. I don't think I'll ever play the Xperia Play version because isn't that just early Pocket Edition? I know there are some technical differences, but when it comes to full-on gameplay, isn't that just early Pocket Edition? And also, start saying your final thoughts now. I think I'm going to grab this coal and then that'll be it for today. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. What's today? Wednesday, right? Is today still Wednesday? When every day's a holiday, I lose track of days. Yeah, let me finish up on all this coal here as we approach the end of the stream time. Yeah, I want to play the Pi edition. I will have a Minecraft Slice of Pi series on here at some point. I don't know when. But that's when I start tackling platforms, other platforms again. Okay, that coal I'll probably just leave. It ended up being more coal than I thought. I don't think there's any AE. You know, I can't guarantee. There very well could be an Xperia Play emulator by now. But if it's close enough to be in Pocket Edition, it's the same thing as why I'll play the 360 edition, but not the PS3 edition. I don't need to play the PS3 edition on here because it's close enough to the 360 edition. Just started at a later time. I don't plan on having any mods for Pod Edition. Yeah, say your final thoughts now, as we'll be back again tomorrow. Probably keep digging. Hopefully, I come back with nice repaired pickaxes. Yeah, other than that, that's indeed all it for today. I will not be playing the Wii U either, since that's close enough to 360 and PS3. Probably. Thank you all for watching. Bye.